Welcome back, my name is LastKnownMeal and today we're going to talk about Cyberpunk 2077 movie news that recently surfaced on various gaming news outlets. We're going to analyze it and see what are the chances of this project ever coming out. In the most recent interview for Video Games Chronicle, Mike Pondsmith talked about the project and various other things. Mike Pondsmith stated that he currently can't really say if the rights are being optioned for a Cyberpunk movie, but confessed that the involvement of Keanu Reeves has brought a lot more star credibility to the project, and because of that it's become much more of a possibility. It also seems that VGC also asked a Cyberpunk dev if more Hollywood actors will appear in the game. They simply replied no comment, which might allude that we could see another big shot play a role in the universe, which one we don't know. Even though this reply raises whole new questions, so far we can only speculate. Now look, Hollywood studios and studios in general are always looking out for new trendy stuff they can adapt into a movie or a documentary or a series. An example would be the most recent adaptation of The Witcher by Netflix. The sole success of the video games was a big turning point for someone to say, hey, let's make a series out of this. There is already an established fan base. Now, will they succeed? We shall see. So no, I wouldn't be surprised if someone is waiting to see how Cyberpunk 2077 is going to be received, and if the game is a huge financial success, there might be a possibility for a movie project. A lot of that depends from various factors, but having Keanu on that stage on E3 really does set this game on a whole different level. Mike Pondsmith also said that his favorite film is the original Blade Runner, even though it was a cerebral film, also saying that Blade Runner 2049 was even more cerebral. A cerebral film is not necessarily going to allow other people to enter that space and understand it, but at the same time you don't want to do it totally action either. He was referring to how both of those films are paced and planned in the first place, and yes, Blade Runner is a bit of a difficult movie to get into, but it's a must-watch film in my opinion. Like 2049, okay, you can watch that, it's also a great film, but the original Blade Runner, that is something you are not allowed to miss if you're into Cyberpunk. Mike also said that there are things in video games that have much higher impact than I'll ever have in tabletop, and that will change if we ever do a film for this thing. So Mike is open to new possibilities. I mean, why wouldn't he be? But at the same time, making a film like that needs a lot of money and a good studio to produce it. We know that adapting tabletop and video games into film is not easy, and most of those adaptations flopped hard. So if you saw any news that the film is in development, it's not. Currently this is only what if scenario, and a lot of that is going to depend on the future of the games, of Cyberpunk Red, etc, etc. And if it does happen, we are not going to see it for at least another 5 years, if not more. And trust me, whenever you have a successful franchise, especially coming from the video game industry that now has millions of players and video games in general are becoming more mainstream, this is not something that, hey, this weird kid is playing video games. Video games now are established in almost every home. You have people from like the young ages all the way to seniors playing video games, and it's great. It's great for the genre, it's great for the industry, and hopefully we are going to see more films developed and adapted from video games, but at the same time they are really hard to produce, especially if you want to capture the original feeling, and usually people don't. But hey, that is everything we have for today. The link to the full interview is down below, so check it out. And also tell me down below, would you like a Cyberpunk movie or just Cyberpunk 2077 movie? And who is the best option to direct and produce that film in your opinion? For me, the best option would be Chris Nolan and Ridley Scott, and I don't know why, but I would love to see Fincher adapt this into a film. I think that would be interesting. And for the end, follow me up on Twitter and Discord for more news and discussions, and smash that like and subscribe button if you enjoyed this video. This is LKM signing out, and stay breathtaking everyone. Bye bye.